So today I'm going to talk about my charging kits. Now here's one example of a small portable charging kit, and it has everything you need to keep all of your USB devices charged. Now the great thing about an increasing number of devices, even laptops, even MacBook Pros going towards USB, is that you can have fewer cables, fewer mismatched cables, and you can charge things more efficiently and effectively. The portable kit I sell, you have a couple options. This is my favorite bag, very high quality, 511, not the cheapest, but definitely one of the best. And it has tons of compartments to keep all your cables organized. I always include carabiners, so you can attach this to your go bag, you can hang it, and of course a carabiner in a last ditch emergency situation is essentially brass knuckles. Very, very tough. It will shield your knuckles, but you can do some major damage without much damage to yourself. Locking carabiner. All right, so I recently used this on a trip. I don't want to tell you where I went, but it worked out fantastically. I was able to not just keep all of my devices charged, which I planned on, but of course everybody else's who didn't bring the right USB cable, didn't have the charger block, etc. So when you keep everything into a kit and you don't poach it, meaning you don't take a cable out to lend out or to take with you, you keep everything in your kit and you bring your kit with you, then you will always have everything you need. So let me talk about USB cables for a moment. Now, most people don't know the difference between the different types of USB cables. Now, they probably will know the difference between like a micro USB, a mini, the USB-A, etc. Now in this kit, we have everything. And I have this kit as my personal kit. This isn't something I would sell you with all these cables. It would still be clean. It would have the Sherpa 100. This is key. I love this thing. And the reason I use this thing so often is that, first of all, it stores 2 cables on the side, but it has an AC outlet, 100 watt AC outlet. If you have an AC powered device that's small, mainly laptops, but fan, think of all the things that you have that are AC powered, you can plug it into this. It converts it from DC to AC. So it's an inverter, pure sine wave too, which is important. Next, you have 2 of the regular USB ports. And on this one, what I like to do is carry the 3-in-1 combo cable. So this is something that I include in most kits. And 2 reasons why I like this. It's 1 to 3. So 1 USB-A cable to Lightning, micro USB, and USB-C. And it's expandable. So it basically takes the place of 3 separate cables, because you can charge all 3 devices simultaneously, and you're not going to get the cable tangled. It is extendable and retractable, and it saves the USB ports. So instead of having to use 3 separate USB ports for Lightning, USB-C, and micro USB, you just plug in one, turn it on, and now I can charge 3 different devices. So I could charge these walkie-talkies. Now these are more than just regular walkie-talkies, which you want in your comms kit. Maybe you want to keep it in your charging kit. That way you keep your USB powered devices in the same kit as your charging kit, so it's always handy. You have your cables and your charger, so you can always charge your USB devices at once. You don't have to get your other bag. It's always ready to go. So everything that is rechargeable stays charged. Here's one reason why I like these walkie-talkies, for the main reason that they're rechargeable, but they're also a recharger. So when you plug in this walkie-talkie, and it's a micro USB port, this is a USB battery charger. So I can charge from my power bank, I can charge from the solar panel, I could charge from the car, multiple different ways. And that's a backup, because I don't normally carry AA batteries, but it's an extra bonus. You have, if nothing else, a battery charger, but it's a fully functional walkie-talkie. So when the cell phone towers are down and you want to communicate with your family, it's nice if each one of your family members has one of these in their car or in their backpack if they're kids. So you know maybe your rendezvous point is to get close to home in an emergency, as close as you can. But if there's a fire, if the road's closed, you can't actually get into your neighborhood, if you get close enough, you could start to have communications with your family member. Then you plan your next move. Where are you guys going to go? Ideally, you would already have your rendezvous point A, which is your home, your rendezvous point B, which is a second location that you've all agreed on. You've all practiced going there. So you know that if you're not able to get to your house or you're not able to communicate with anybody, then you go to rendezvous point B. And eventually the people that are at rendezvous point A and realize that nobody else is coming there, they will eventually go to rendezvous point B and see if anybody else is there. You have to think ahead. You won't be able to use your phone. You won't be able to use your text messaging in a true grid down scenario. You really think that's going to be up? Even if it is up, it's going to be so congested that your messages, definitely not your calls, but even your messages might not go through. So on that topic of communications, the Garmin InReach Mini is something that you should consider. Now, don't ask how much it costs. That shouldn't be your first concern. That's a fair question, but your first concern is safety. You need to spend money on quality. You can't have the best quality and the cheapest prices. You can choose one. So with the Garmin InReach Mini, it's a few $100s for the device, and the device gives you, all the features you'd expect from a Garmin, but several key features that you wouldn't. So this SOS button that is protected so you don't accidentally hit it, if you have an active Geo subscription, it starts around $14 a month. You have the ability to hit this SOS button and get 24/7 response almost anywhere in the world, let alone especially anywhere in America. So if you keep one of these in your car, or you keep one of these in your bug out bag, you keep one of these in your cabin up in Tahoe, wherever, if there is no power, if there is no cell signal, if you run your car off the road and there's no emergency dispatch, you can't reach 911, you would power this on, go outside, or at least open your sunroof, because this is a satellite communicator. It communicates to a 24/7 dispatch center. They will identify your location based on this device and then send help as you've requested, as is available. Very good thing to have. Now, the other advantage to this is if you have other family members who have these devices, and even if they don't, you can still text message back and forth. So if they have these devices, then you can text message when there's no power, there's no cell signal, whether it's because grid down or you are deep in the forest somewhere. You can text message directly from InReach Mini to InReach Mini, simply using this device, and you can use the preset messages or you can type one out manually. You can also connect this to your phone. And again, even if there's no cell signal, it connects via Bluetooth to your phone. You can send and receive text messages from that. You can use this to see a map on your phone using the EarthMate app. And this is all something that I have done other videos on, very simple to use. If you buy the full kit, I'll give you a personal instruction. It's something that you probably haven't thought of, but you need to think one step ahead. Do you really think that your cell phone or your regular landline phone, which everybody tells you to have because the power goes down, you think that's really going to be reliable if there's a mass fire? I mean, the grid is delicate and it will go down, as you've seen it go down just a few weeks ago, just last week actually, with the power going down. So, especially now that a lot of people don't even have landline phones, they have VoIP. So you are no longer taking advantage of the fact that telephone lines are powered. It's all digital, and you're probably going to lose that capability in most cases. So back to the charging. So the 3-in-1 cable is great. The other advantage of a kit like this is it does USB-C. Now USB-C is definitely the best thing to happen to USB, and I think the best thing to happen to rechargeable batteries, maybe since lithium ion, maybe even more. The reason it's so fantastic is it gives you incredibly fast charging and incredibly powerful cables and power. So before USB-C, if you had a MacBook Pro, you couldn't just charge it from a block like this. You couldn't just charge it, from your car. You had to have an AC adapter. So you would have to convert it from AC to DC to charge your laptop. You'd have a separate cable. Now, just one cable. Now let me talk about USB-C cables, because that is an important difference between just regular micro USB and even just regular USB-C cables. So a regular USB-C cable might have just power. It might have data and power, but it's probably going to be limited in how much power. Now, this is, a USB-A to USB-C. This is going to be minimal power. It might do fast charging, but it's not going to go beyond 30 watts. Probably won't even go beyond 18 watts. What you want, if you want fast charging, either for your phone or you want to fast charge your power bank, is a true USB-C to USB-C cable. So many of those are in, most kits, but there's a step above a USB-C to USB-C cable, and that's a Thunderbolt cable. So this is a Thunderbolt cable. It will work with all USB-C devices. So every Thunderbolt cable is a USB-C device essentially, but not every USB-C cable is a Thunderbolt cable. What's the distinction? The Thunderbolt cable, this cable can handle up to 100 watts. 100 watts is incredibly fast charging, incredibly powerful. The regular USB-C cables, not the second gen USB-C 3.1, those will limit your power. Even the good ones of the older gen are limited to 60 watts. But if you really want super fast charging, you need to get a Thunderbolt cable. It's noticeably thicker, higher quality, and it's an Apple spec. So you know that it's going to be more expensive, but it's going to be very high quality. So the regular USB-C cables, I always carry a bunch of the mini ones because these are handy to just charge little devices. These will handle up to 60 watts, which are, definitely powerful enough to charge a cell phone, even charge your MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, but not as powerful as a Lightning or as a Thunderbolt cable. Now, the Thunderbolt cable will take advantage of a fast charger. I'm going to show you two. So this is the Anchor USB-C cable. So there's two USB-C ports on here, and you can always tell how fast it'll charge by looking at the wattage on the adapter. So this is 18 watts max per port, 18 watts. So not bad. You always want to know what your bottleneck is going to be. Is it going to be your cable? Is it going to be your charger? In this case, the bottleneck will usually be the charger. 18 watts is not that powerful. Most cables can handle up to 60. And if you have a Thunderbolt cable, it'll handle up to 100. So I want to get a faster charge. Now this is USB-C and USB-A. So it has two 18 watt ports on here on the other side, but the main charger here is the 20 volt 90 watt power delivery charger. 90 watts is faster than most of the power bricks that came with your laptop, let alone your cell phones. So you could charge 90 watts. That is incredibly fast. And to do that, you'll need a cable that's rated at least 90 watts. Again, the reason why I like the Thunderbolt cable is rated at 100 watts. You're not going to be maxing out the cable, has a little bit of a cushion. So the bottleneck again will be the charger, but you would be amazed at the charging rate of speed when you're trying to recharge your power bank. So we talked about the AC adapter, the AC inverter. Then we have two USB-C input outputs, so 60 watts each. So you could really blast some power into this thing, two 60 watt ports. Over here is our solar panel input, which I'll show you in a minute. And then you have your wireless fast charger. So if your phone supports wireless charging, you can charge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 devices. And keep in mind, each one of these can charge 3 devices at once. So this is a very, very effective power bank. And since there is at least sunlight most days of the week, if you live in California, you can take advantage of that sunlight with a solar panel. So totally off grid. If you don't have access to a car to recharge this thing, if you don't have access to an outlet at your house to recharge this thing, you can use your solar panel. And the reason why I always travel with a solar panel, when I travel overseas, I don't need to worry about the voltage transformer. I don't need to worry about frying my battery bank or my electronics. Everything is powered by my battery bank. That's like my voltage conditioner. I know I'm always going to get consistent voltage out of my power bank. So I don't plug in anything directly to the wall because you could blow up a device using that, especially if it's AC. different voltage, different hertz, etc. This is always what I use at home or abroad. And then when I travel, I can use the car charger, because this is standardized throughout the world now. You have 12-volt car adapters in every car everywhere in the world now. So you can use that. That's why you want to get the fastest 12-volt adapter you can get, so you don't have to sit in the car and wait while this thing charges. You want to suck up as much power as you can, as fast as you can. Whether it's, at the airport, whether it's traveling, whether it's from sun. So I carry the solar panel so I can charge this thing at the hotel. And if I am trying to travel light, I'll carry the smaller solar panel. And again, I have my cables in here. I can put my phone in here. I could put the battery bank in here, then just hang it. You always want to have a carabiner around. So I just took the one off of here, but having a carabiner allows you to hang anything that has MOLLE hooks or any just kind of hook. So what I would do is hang this, and when you're camping, you can hang it off the tent, you can hang it off even a tree branch, you could use some paracord, string it up, face the sun. At a hotel, if you're on a balcony, hang it off the side of a balcony while you're out about during the day. You're charging up your power bank, and then when you get home, then you're charging your devices. So this is, a much slower but more portable charger. The real beast is this guy. So this is a 60-watt charger, and it's larger, it's heavier, it folds out. And again, always have a carabiner so you can hang it. Now that will fast charge your power bank. You could even connect several devices to it. So it has USB ports in back. You can daisy chain these, so you can add multiple solar panels to one Sherpa. But you can see here that on the back, there are 3 USB ports. So while you are charging your power bank outside, you are charging 3 other USB devices at once, whether they're smaller power banks, such as this secondary power bank. Maybe you want something portable that you can bring with you in your pocket when you're out and about, touring the city. It's also a backup flashlight, but you have 25,000 milliamp hours on this guy, and it's a no-brainer. While the sun is out, it doesn't hurt anybody to take up as much sunlight as you can. It's gonna shine no matter what. So, use your solar panel, use your battery banks to take up as much free solar energy as you can. Store as much as you can. That's really what we're limited by. There's an infinite amount of photons. There's a finite amount of battery storage. So have all of your rechargeable devices in a consolidated kit, so you know exactly where everything is. You don't have to go to your car to grab something. When you're out and about, you have power at all times. It's gonna get dark. I pretty much guarantee it. It will get dark tonight and probably tomorrow night too. Don't be caught off guard. Have your rechargeable devices ready. Lighting should be in your charging kit, as well as obviously your bug out bags. But every time you have access to power, top off one of your flashlights, one of your headlamps, cycle them out. Take the one that you charged last time, put it in your bag, your bug out bag, take the one from your bug out bag, take it and charge it. You're always cycling it in and out. So I prefer headlamps because I want at least both of my hands free, not just one because I'm holding the flashlight. But I do like these pen lights. These are handy. They're USB rechargeable as well. They are extremely bright, and last ditch attempt, you could use it as some kind of self-defense. In dark, if someone sneaks up on you, you momentarily blind them. Just for a few seconds it'll last, but you could jam that in them. It's aluminum. You could use your carabiner as your brass knuckles, but that's a different topic for another time. Self-defense, defense weapons, etc. So I always have some lighting, I always have some communications, and I definitely always have more than enough USB cables. And to that end, if I can have a combo cable, even better. So just think about what are the things that tend to go wrong. What are the things that have plagued you in the past? Why does every airport sell USB cables? Because you will forget them. You will bring the wrong one. You will forget the charger. Have everything in a kit. You know you're going to need to recharge your devices. It's just a matter of time until they die and need to be recharged. So think about what you're going to need based on what you've needed. And this is why you want to continually test, because you won't know what you need until you put yourself in the environment to test yourself. So don't wait till the power goes out. Test it now. Don't wait till the power goes out to learn how to use these walkie-talkies with your family. Test them now. And if you want me to design you a kit, that's what I do. If you want just the links to these individual products that I've tested, that I recommend, if you want just the individual links to those, that's fine. I'll send you those. I'll put them on the website. It would help me out if you actually use the links to buy it from Amazon. It doesn't cost you anything else. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It doesn't make any extra steps. You won't even know that there's a difference, but it does show Amazon that I'm sending traffic to them, so they give me a small commission. So that would help me out. I'd appreciate that. I spend a lot of time buying these products, testing them, so I can give reviews so you don't have to waste your money. So as a way to help me out, that would be great. But I'm not expecting anything, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you have some constructive feedback other than that was terrible, you should die, other than that, please let me know how I can make these better. I'm always trying to improve the quality of the audio, quality of the video, and the quality of the content. So thank you for watching.